from here. Oh my God, what an idiot. Okay. Hey y'all. It's your girl Sia and I'm back with another video. Y'all bear with me real quick while I try to I'm gonna take y'all off Bluetooth. I am driving. Okay. All right. Lord knows I gotta keep my eye on the road. Because we almost died like twice today. So check this out, y'all. Just a bit of tidbit for y'all. We just almost literally crashed my car, okay? And what had happened was, first of all, one of my struts is off, and so my alignment is off. And I say that because it does affect the way my vehicle drives. It affects the way it brakes, all of that, right? So supposedly I have ceramic brake pads, okay? Ceramic brake pads, no matter what, you are supposed to be able to stop at any given time, right? I have not been able to stop, although I just took my car to go get it fixed, okay? Oops, my bad. My bad, people. Now, with that being said, right? Um, I feel bad because my butt didn't stop for these people. Um, I will say that about, a few percentage of it is my car. And I noticed it because anytime I try to drive at a fast pace and I try to stop, if I don't prepare my car to stop, it will not. So I do need to get it taken back. There's a warranty on all that. So I'm sure they'll get it fixed. I just haven't yet. Um, However, I just had to literally do something crazy with my car. So I sped up a little bit to try to merge to keep up with traffic, right? And I almost damn near merged into, okay, you ain't trying to go. I think you're trying to go, but they ain't going. I literally just merged into almost another car. I missed it by like that much, y'all. Like that, I swear to God, that much. And uh the car didn't have any lights on. It's dark outside. You need lights. So I didn't necessarily see the car. So I'm going full throttle because I'm thinking I got at least a car space in between to get over into the next lane. Nope. There was a car that you could tell. Oh, was there a person at that stop sign? Yeah, my bad, people. They honked. But you could tell that I was, I, it was crazy. I went full speed into the next lane, and that car, you could tell, I don't know, I don't want to judge, but they did not appear to have insurance. Okay, that's number one. And so in my mind, my brakes would not stop. I hit them. I had to keep hitting them for them to stop, and I came this close. And then I had to like maneuver my little steering wheel. And thank God the car behind me was paying attention, because otherwise I ended up in the middle of both lanes because I was trying not to hit the car. The truck behind me saw everything. So he was more and already driving slow. So that helped. But Lord have mercy, that shit was scary. And I realize now the importance of people having lights on, because if I had the light, I wouldn't even thought to get into the lane because it would have appeared to have a car there. So it was a very strange experience. But we're alive. And then this morning, I'm driving, and maybe this is me. I don't think people expect my car. Maybe I wasn't going as fast initially. I don't freaking know. All I know is I turn into um from an intersection onto a two-way street, right? And there's a solid yellow line in the middle of the street. There's a guy who's in the middle of the street because he's trying to turn into like a gas station or whatever, but there's a solid yellow line. So as I'm going, this dude decides he wants to pull out at the exact time that my car is like approaching it by little to no warning. Okay. Y'all, I had to slam on the brakes just to ensure he would not hit me. It would have been an instant impact. So yeah, today's been a bit strange. And that reminds me, I do need to take my car back to get it fixed, which they can get me in no problem. I just want to ensure that my shit's good. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that one of these crazy ass people hit me, it ain't because of me, right? So my car not stopping when I'm hitting my brake pads at a certain speed, that's a problem. But folks driving with no lights in the dark time, that's insane. And do y'all know I came this close to people not hitting their car? I mean, literally, I had to turn my wheel by. It was crazy. Them people had no idea I was about to hit their car. I drove past them, and I'm like, well, and I even had to ask my daughter, like, did we hit anything? She was like, because it was such a scary event, but I thank God I know a little something about vehicles, okay? So as we're driving past the car, I'm expecting them to be looking at me crazy. Like, bitch, you almost hit my car. Excuse my language. However, them folks was eating. One of the ladies was in the bag eating. The dude's looking down at the food. She eating. He looking like, if you don't give me some of that food, you know what I mean? Like, the shit people are focused on at that moment when we almost lost our lives. Like, that shit was crazy. But thank God they didn't see it, because it didn't turn into a whole big thing that it didn't really need to be, because nothing happened, right? Um, so that was my event. But I want to talk about this whole Biden situation, because I noticed what they said. This new, see, Biden's trying to appeal. This is what these Democrats are trying to appeal to, right? They done said, fuck the black population. They need to appeal to the poor population, okay? So all this gig work nonsense, let me just be very clear. It does not affect people in the way that they think it does. There's a reason why gig work is only paid a certain amount per job. If you guys have not seen Black Mirror, let me tell you guys something. Y'all seen Black Mirror where the dude had to another thing it could be with my brakes, because the strut is off, it could be the wear and tear. That's another thing I was just thinking about on the wheels, because my car is telling me I need my tires rotated. I ain't never seen that before, that little blinking light. It don't tell me nothing else about my tires. But I'm almost certain that part of this issue is because of my freaking, and I'm probably gonna have to get new tires. Just never ends. The money just never ends. And I should have took it back right away, but I didn't have time. And then I kind of forgot about it until recently. And I was like, oh, I need to get it done. Because my steering wheel's a bit tight too. So I know that I need to get the struts on my stuff fixed, so my wheels, everything can drive right. It's off by like a hair, but that hair is like crucial. I'm realizing my car don't like anything that's not perfect. So anywho, this whole I'm gonna appeal to the gig workers at the last minute. Let me tell you guys something. The Democrats weren't prepared for failing. I really think that's part of the issue here that we're seeing. Ow, my back hurt. Your body hurt? I'm tired. My back hurt now. Listen, maybe that's because I had to put a lot of work into that. I don't know, but I might need to go to a chiropractor. Like, I got a bit of whiplash now, I think. Cause yeah, that was a hard stop. That was scary, y'all. Anywho, I keep going on that, y'all, cause that was really low key scary. Clearly, the kid is alright. I was terrified because I had to make sure we didn't crash. I'm not paying nobody's insurance that don't have insurance, and I and I damn sure can't afford another fender situation. Although it would have been covered by insurance on my car. So yeah, that shit was scary. And I was going at him, like I said, full speed. I was coming at him. I was ready to get in position. I think I got a bit of whiplash. I'm not even about to lie. But anywho, and that'll be fine. I'll lay down, I guess. I don't know. He was trying to do the student loan nonsense. Let me tell you guys, I wasn't finna vote for him, but I would have been glad about that student loan stuff just because it would have helped me out, right? Do I need the handout? Not necessarily. But if it's free and it's coming free, I might as well take it, right? So that's how I see that one. It wasn't enough for me to switch sides, okay? Or join the team, right? Um, but I feel as though he would have been appealing, and that's what I'm starting to realize. His demographic has changed a little bit in the sense that they still use racism, but they're also recognizing that they are losing black folks as a whole because of the economy. Like the thing is, things are so bad economic wise that people are willing to switch sides because of their pockets and how this current climate is affecting their pockets. That's all this is, right? And obviously you got the blacks that are saying, well, yeah, Trump is one of us because he was locked up, yada yada. Like that's ignorance to me. I'm not voting for no president based upon that shit, right? But money, monetarily, financially, those things I can get with and I understand wholeheartedly. Okay. Um, Now that they're recognizing they're losing the black base, okay, the black demographic. So meaning that race is no longer something that they can really utilize to keep black people at this moment in time from voting the opposite way. Okay. So two things they've been doing is they've been bringing illegal immigrants in, right? That's been the thing. Right? That car is speeding. I don't know why he's speeding, man. That's cool. I ain't about to speed. We almost died like 3 times. Shit's crazy. Um, I almost got a blessing on my hands, boys. Sorry, baby. Yeah, that was the first time ever that I felt like I was gonna die in my car twice, and I didn't die, and I came this close in the car. I will never forget that. That's nuts. A car that had no lights. At that, I wonder if you hit a car from behind, but the car doesn't have lights, are you penalized, or are y'all both penalized? I'm just curious as to how that. So well without a car for quite some time. But then again, my brakes are bad ish. I mean, technically, I got the paperwork to say I just took them in to get them done, but I know damn well are so hard. I can't even. It's weird, y'all. It's weird. But on the highway, I flow, which is weird too. I think it's. I don't know if that's just because I'm at a faster pace or what. But anywho, and I'm not doing all the stopping and starting. I think that's more what it is. Um, I feel as though now that he's moving in, and they've been moving in these illegal immigrants because that's what the hell they are. Okay, I'm not for the softening of words when it comes to shit that impacts me. Right? Obviously, I feel like you guys should know that by now. I first like a sailor, not intentionally, and yes, I do got intelligence. I just I don't know. I'm a rebel at heart, and person is part of being a rebel. I'll tell y'all. Um, However, and I be passionate. So when I'm passionate, I use passionate words. Okay. I believe that the entire situation with this guy and these student loans was to appeal to a certain demographic, a larger demographic than just the black community. And so this new gig work nonsense, because in my opinion, we got bigger fish to fry than some gig work shit. Gig work, in my personal opinion, should not be. Let me tell you something. If you got a bag for fucking minimum wage, bro, why the fuck are you doing it? And I understand this idea that everybody wants to be, I want to be an entrepreneur, right? That then go start your own fucking company and go actually do it for yourself. Because, in my personal opinion, you ain't that much of an entrepreneur if you have to give a cut to somebody else, right? So you over here struggling for peanuts when you could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So to me, I don't take gig work seriously. And y'all know that I'm a gig worker, right? I do Uber Eats on the side, right? Every now and then. I do Instacart on the side every now and then. But that ain't a fucking career that I'm trying to make. Okay? And I'm not the kind of girl that does people in my car. Unless, I decided about doing that because I don't know how that pays, right? That might be actually good money right there. A little bit of decent extra cash. But if I'm struggling to make $7 a fucking gig, like, what are we doing? That doesn't make economical sense when you're looking at a whole payment on a damn vehicle that you have to pay gas in, put gas in. You got to do all of these extra things just to make ends meet. And half these folks can't even keep a roof over their head because they're not making enough. Like Uber Eats, that ain't making you much unless you really going hard. And I'm not that girl to be in a car all day. Like I tried, man. So, in my opinion, there's a bigger purpose because I know I'm not the only one who thinks this way. There's no way. Like, when you deal with real money, let me tell y'all something. You start to very quickly understand that Uber Eats ain't it. That ain't the way to make any kind of real money at all. I'm nervous because I almost died. Now I'm scared to drive like I know how to drive. All right, these people, like, what was you on your phone? Gosh, people are just like, it's been a crazy driving day today. That's all I can say. The things I've seen today, I'm like, oh my Lord, I need to be careful. And I hate driving through the city. I'm not used to having to drive through the city. I'm used to driving on a highway because the highway used to be right by my house. Now I'm having to drive it through the city, which I'm starting to realize is really not the way I like it. Um, but yeah, so this whole gig work nonsense, that ain't really nothing. Cause I was sitting there, y'all always know I'm always looking into how things I'm about to stop. How things can potentially impact me. So if I'm a gig worker and or participate in gig work, obviously the laws impact me, right? But when you look at things like Uber Eats, it don't really change much, right? Because when you have these companies saying, well, you know what, we're not changing our business model as a result of, and they've got enough power to do so, these politicians are only able to do so much. So this is much bigger than, and what's crazy is what he's giving is fucking crumbs. See, Trump told you he was going to give you $1,400, and he did. He told you he was going to give you $600, and he did. He told you he was going to give you $1,200, and homie did. He gave you, not only did he do that, but he gave you the IDL, PPP loans. He was able to do all of this in a short-term period. No bullshit, all action. No crumbs, because folks got paid. Trust and believe. Now you got Biden announcing this gig work shit. Ooh. For the average everyday person, that ain't affecting nobody. That ain't nothing. That's baby food. You handing crumbs to a fucking baby. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about none of that shit. Let's keep it 1,000. What can you do for me? What have you done for me lately is the goddamn question, sir. The fuck? Gig work. What type of people are you appealing to? Is it the average middle class that you're trying to so-called erase and eradicate? Like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 1,000. The fuck? Like, I'm not, like, realistically, y'all, okay. And they announce that shit like that's something to announce. Dude, we've seen better. We've seen a hell of a lot better. So, like I said, I don't know who he's appealing to, but it ain't my class of people. It's gotta be the poor class. It's got to be. It can't be the middle class because the middle class ain't gonna understand it unless, like I said, they're making bank from Uber and DoorDash, like shit like that. If you're making money, eh, maybe this is, like I said, that's different. Maybe you're middle class and maybe you support shit. But the poor people are more than likely the only ones, people who need money. Ain't nobody really doing that I mean, I'm just saying, unless you driving. Now, the driving is different. It's a little bit different. They get paid a little different. But I don't know. I don't see how this helps people like me. And when I say people like me, I'm talking about the middle class, people who really don't have to associate with things like Uber Eats. So I just feel like all that's just an announcement to make it seem like he done did something. And again, shit like that appeals to people who absolutely need it. And or I just don't know what he's actually done. I'm still waiting on that part. I hear the announcements. They announced the whole, oh, we're gonna go ahead and cancel everyone's student debt. Like that was definite. No, that's how they announce shit. It's weird. Who cares? Okay, Biden did something for the gig workers. Yay, cool. Okay. How about an incentive for these folks to actually go get a skill set? How about that? I really believe everybody's money problems would be solved if we had actual skills. I keep saying that. But, I guess being a rapper at 40, and dudes really be trying to talk to me at 40 years old rapping. That's not attractive, bro. I'm not here to support you in your rap career. I particularly don't care. At 40 years old, it's a hobby. You ain't making no money from it. It ain't nothing but a hobby. It ain't nothing to be extra rah-rah about. Not at all. So that's all I got to say on the matter, y'all. That's my take on the situation, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Do you really think, like, are you being really impacted by this whole gig work announcement? Like, who gives a fuck, right? Who cares? We got bigger fish to fry, sir. But he want to feel like he did something. That's all. Because everything he done did has failed miserably. The worst presidency we've had in years, man. I mean, I don't know. I ain't been alive. I keep saying that. I ain't been alive that long, but I'm just saying he ain't it. So that's all I got to say on the matter, y'all. That being said, I'm out. Peace.